what do you want? What do you want for yourself? What I'm doing right now, I didn't do it for 14 years. You know why? Because I was suffering from possibility blindness. Have you ever thought about doing something and you looked at what you wanted to do and your heart said, I could do that. And then your mind asked, how? And then you start thinking, well, I can't do that. I don't have a college education. I can't do that. I don't have an MBA or a PhD. I can't do that. I've never worked for a major corporation. Why would corporations reach over people with PhDs and MBAs and years of experience and pay me to come in to do something I've never done? I thought about doing this for years, and I talked myself out of it. There's an African proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. Shakespeare says, therefore, dear Brutus, it's not in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings. And so as you look at yourself and look at your goals and look at your dreams, I'm saying to you that it's possible. Because if anybody at any point in time had a goal, had a dream of what they wanted to achieve, and they made it happen, then it's possible that you can do it too. But you've got to be intentional about programming your mind. So here's some things that's very important. I want you to hold in mind what it is you want to do in your personal life. What is it that you'd like to do? Maybe you want to do something for someone you care about. That was the goal and dream that I had. And I purchased 4 different homes for my mother.
But you know what it was? So when I was homeless, man, in my speech over the weekend I gave to the Vault Convention, I said something to them. I said, the boredom of normalcy and the numbness of mediocrity stiffens your passions. The boredom of normalcy and the numbness of mediocrity stiffens your passion. What that meant was, I was so sick of myself. I was so bored in my life, man. I was so tired of being mediocre. I was just tired of it, and it was all my fault. I was mediocre because I wasn't doing the things to be exceptional. And I was bored. I was losing my mind, man, on the assembly line at Ford Motor Company, going door to door selling life insurance at a debit company. I was tripping, man. I said, man, what is this? My life can't be this. You know, you ever say to yourself, man, it's got to be more to my life than this? If you've ever said that, that's cause it is. And you got to get after that, man. You got to go and get at that. If you don't do it, life becomes real normal and real mediocre to you. Now, there's nothing wrong with being normal, but if normal is getting on your nerves, then you got to change something. If you tired of being mediocre, you got to change something.
And I want you to think about your financial goal. You know, people say money won't make you happy, but everybody want to find out for themselves. I have a friend named Rita Davenport, and Rita said, you know, money can't make you happy, you know, but it's right up there with oxygen. And I agree with that 100%. So as you look at your goals and dreams, I want you to think about your financial freedom number. What does that look like? That once you achieve that, it will alleviate a lot of stress. Once you achieve that, you have more time for yourself and for your family. You can go on that dream vacation you've been thinking about, or buy that dream car or home that you desire. Once you earn that amount of money, it would be like becoming debt-free. I want you to think about your financial freedom number. And then once you come up with that number, and I want you to write it down, as you come up with that number, I want you to multiply it 100 times. Yes, 100 times. Read my lips, 100 times. Why? Because I found that most people fail in life, not because they aim too high and miss. No, most people fail in life because they do what I did for a major part of my life. Aim too low and hit. And most people don't aim at all. That's why there's a saying that if you don't know where you're going to end up someplace else. And so you are serious about your goals and dreams. I can say to you that you've got to affirm yourself, you've got to tell yourself, you've got to encourage yourself that it's possible.
Everybody has to determine what their own normal is. Normal for me is going to be different from you. Normal for you is different from me. But once you determine what normal is for you and you ain't okay with that no more, you got to go do something, man. Because that shit get on your nerves, man. Being mediocre was driving me crazy. And it started when I was homeless, man. It just pushed me. Because I was sick of being poor. I'm going to just be honest with you. Poverty, I was sick of it. I was up to here. I had had enough. I don't know how you feel about poverty, but that got on my nerves. And homeless is a whole nother level of poverty. Not having a bathroom, a bedroom, a back door, a TV, a phone. You know, I was homeless in the 80s, man. There wasn't even no cell phones then. Wrap your mind around that. So I ain't got no phone, I ain't got no backyard. Man, I said, hold up. And I ain't trying to be preachy or nothing, but that pushed me towards my faith. My mom was a Sunday school teacher. It pushed me back to what she was trying to teach me. And when I went back to that, then I started turning the corner. Because I had lost my faith, man. I thought God wasn't listening. He was listening. I just wasn't asking for nothing. I just tried to figure it out myself. I changed that, man. It changed my whole life. God is amazing, man. If you come to him, he always hears you. He's always available. He ain't ever too busy. That's the cool thing about him. And he was available for me the whole time. It's just I wasn't checking in with him. God ain't turned his back on you. You walked away from him. He always there. I got stupid. I just turned away from him. When I turned around and started talking to him, I just cut a deal with him. I said, if you let me make it, when I get there, I'm going to tell everybody it was you. So guess what? You just asked me about it. Didn't I just tell you about it? Every chance I get.
That you've got to talk to yourself on a regular basis. I'd never forget, I had to speak in the Georgia Dome for a friend of mine, Dexter Yeager. And Dexter Yeager is a multi-millionaire. He makes over $1 million every 17 hours in this organization that I spoke for. And he invited me to be his guest speaker, the headliner, before 80,000 people in the Georgia Dome. I panicked. So I went to this bathroom and they came knocking on the door. Les, the band is stalling. You need to come out. And I said, okay. And I was talking to myself saying, I can do this, I can do this. My mind went blank because I became overwhelmed when I peeped out front and saw 80,000 people in this stadium. It was the largest gathering I'd ever seen like this. I've seen it for sporting events, but for a speaking event, I'd never been in that kind of environment before. The most people I've ever spoken for up to that time was maybe about 500 or maybe 1,000, but 85,000. Well, finally, they got Mike Williams, my mentor, and he came and he knocked on the door of this portable restroom. He said, Brownie, and I said, yes. He said, come out. I said, Mike, I'm scared, I can't think. He said, are you afraid? Admit it. I said, yes, I am. I'm nervous. I just can't do it, Mike. I'm scared. He said, Brownie? I said, yes. He said, are you listening to me? I said, yes. He said, they came to see you. You didn't come to see them. You got this, Brownie. You can do this. Wow. Let me tell you what he did. One of the things I do is train speakers how to change lives. What he did was he distracted me. I was caught up in how big the crowd was. I was caught up with saying, what can I say to them? I was breathing hard. I was feeling overwhelmed being in that setting. And when he spoke, I knew that he believed in me. When he spoke, it's like he saw me on stage speaking and he convinced me that I could do it. See, sometimes it's very important for you to hear this. Sometimes you have to believe in somebody's belief in you until your belief kicks in. And so when I looked at myself and I looked at where I was, what I said to myself, Mike believes in me. He believes that I can do this. And I'm saying to you, as you look at your goals and look at your dreams, one of the things that's important in maintaining an achievement-driven mindset and a spirit of optimism is having someone in your corner, having someone who believes in you, having someone who can see what you can't see. See, sometimes you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. That's why it's very important for us to have coaches, people who can encourage us, who can inspire us. You know, Muhammad Ali said, "I'm the greatest," but he never won a championship without Angelo Dundee in his corner. People say that Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all times, but he never won a championship without Phil Jackson as his coach. And so, as you work on yourself and work on your dreams, I'm suggesting that you get someone in your life that you can partner with, someone that can see what you can't see, someone that when you feel you can't make it, someone when you feel I can't do this, and they can give you a word of encouragement and will make all the difference in the world.